Fred Parrish, Harvard football star, and 2 companions on vacation, practicing punting on a secluded mountain estate. A sudden storm breaks out. "Let's run for it, fellas. Under that tree. Last one under is a punk." Suddenly, the comrades are deafened by a dazzling bolt of lightning. It strikes squarely at the tree and shimmers down to the athletes. They're dead. I wonder if I am. I can't seem to think. I've got to get help. My plane. It's the only chance. Fred forces his pain-racked body into the cockpit. Mechanically, his unfeeling hands start the engine. Now, if I can get clear of these mountains. Straight into the heart of the storm, the dazed pilot sends his throbbing plane up, up, up. Funny, the compass, it just whirls and points nowhere. Snake-like bolts of lightning lash out at the small craft. Plane flounders helplessly in the sky. Everything turns black as Fred loses consciousness. On a nearby ledge, a group of unworldly-looking figures watch the scene with great interest.
At last, one of them has been struck by lightning. I have waited long for this day. Fetch him to me. It is miraculous. He is in one piece.
Deep down into the depths of the earth, the weird procession wends its way. They halt at the entrance to a fantastic laboratory. The limp form is laid on an operating table. Brilliant, radiant rocks gleam all about the room. To the normals of the outer world, he seems dead, but not to the great Dr. Berthoff. Ha! I am thousands of years ahead of their doctors. We are fortunate. The lightning is not yet dormant within his body. I have captured the powers of the lightning and have chemically harnessed them in your being with the aid of my radium deposits. With these powers, you shall lead my legions against those of the green sorceress. She is descended from a long line of those who practice the black magic such as the world would never believe possible. Many years ago, I learned of her evil intents to enslave the world, principally by employing these radium deposits. For years I have secreted myself here to combat her. You, Blue Bolt, shall carry on where I have failed. Far away, the green sorceress watches. The fool! To think that he can match his powers against the cunning of the green sorceress. But he is very handsome. Infuriated by the professor's latest threat, the green sorceress determines to strike first. With the savage attack of the heat rays, she quickly mobilizes her queer legions for a killing thrust. I have trifled long enough with the mad scientist and his missionary ways. Man the rays! As you command, Highness. As the powerful heat rays beat upon the mountain stronghold, everything in its way melts and shrivels. The entire mountainside seems to be afire. Soon, the effects of the ray reach into the depths of the laboratory. The devil! She must have perfected some new infernal machine. I can't breathe. But the newly endowed powers of lightning are not to be denied. With a mighty lunge, Blue Bolt hurls himself and the scientist into space, his lightning gun blazing openings ahead. This will fix your Phoenix machines. Soon, the green sorceress feels the amazing powers of Blue Bolt. My rays! He is ruining my great invention. Release the birds. They will stop him. They are very hungry." At the strange command, a guard rushes to a huge birdcage. As the door swings open, the sky is darkened by monstrous winged creatures. They swoop down on Bluebolt. In the strangest aerial battle one would ever expect to see, Bluebolt's lightning gun deals out severe punishment to the savage horde. But the tremendous advantage in numbers soon takes its toll on the lightning man, and he is felled by terrible thrusts from iron talons. The monsters swoop down to deal the death blow. Then, fearlessly, the sorceress rushes at the monsters. They hesitate for a moment and then retreat. "Back! Back, I say! Norzimo commands you!" As the birds obey her, the green sorceress commands, "Take him to the chambers. He is so handsome, but he awakens. I must not let him find me like this." Bluebolt's great vitality revives him. "I have decided to give you a chance to live. There is room in my forces for a man such as you. If you will fight on my side, I shall grant you many favors. And if I refuse, then, fool, you shall be fed to the dragons. I prefer to take my chances with them. Now, Bluebolt, you are not so brave, are you?" "Lovely little playmates you have, Duchess." Desperately, Bluebolt fights for time. "Throw him in." "Just a minute. This may sound funny to you, but I object." As a native rushes him, Jack nimbly sidesteps. The native is hurled at the sorceress. She totters a moment, then tumbles over the precipice. The bewildered natives look on in astonished horror. But the lightning man unhesitantly leaps into the pit. "She saved my life once. I've got to help her." Landing in the midst of the dragons, Bluebolt diverts their attention just as they are about to do away with the girl. He picks her up and slowly backs away from the hideous creatures who are still too surprised to attack. The girl is revived. Instructing the sorceress to twine her arms around his neck, Bluebolt takes off in a mighty leap. He keeps going past the sorceress's stronghold and delivers her to the professor, who is busily engaged at repairing his laboratory. "You'll not be too hard on her." But she is wicked, my boy. With her imprisoned, her forces will be demoralized. We must prepare to attack." "As you wish." Turning to seize the sorceress, Bluebolt sees only a green cloud where she stood. "Why, she's disappeared. It's incredible." "I should have known. Gone, but I have a strange premonition that she will return, and more vengeful than ever."